Everybody, thanks for joining us for Politically Incorrect Knitters. I am Deplorable Knitter. I am joined by the actual Ann Pinkova.
For real. Yay, I'm back.
I can't spell because I was talking.
Oh, well, sorry.
I'm doing something to you.
Oh.
It's actually Ann Pinkova. Actually, I meant to do that before we started and I forgot. Darn it. There goes my joke.
Except no substitution. Right. Except do because they're lovely. It's lovely. Yes. I'm very grateful for Amy and Neil.
Lovely stand-in for the Ann Pinkova, but she was always sure to put that she was Amy and not Ann Pinkova. So look, it is actually her. She's back. And look, she was out on vacation for like a month and she's still as pale as the day that she left. So that's lovely.
I actually got a significant tan.
On screen, you look like you're still see-through.
Lighting. It's all lighting. No, I tanned for real. I promise.
Uh-huh. I just like to bug
crap
you.
Out of my feet. So we're extra
I did see you get sunburned, so I believe you. But hey, before we talk about all the stuff, and I know we're all excited Ann is back, but we have like business to do. So first and foremost, we are sponsored by Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. She has great yarn. She's in the comments. Say hey to her. Hey, Chicken Lady.
Hi,
thanks for joining us. This is going to be June's giveaway. I didn't do a giveaway because Ann wasn't here. She's in charge of things. I don't know. Like I'm in charge of a lot, but she's in charge of the giveaways. And so I didn't know what to do. But this is Happy Clappy. It's an older colorway from Chicken Lady. It's beautiful and lovely. And it's got all the colors in it. And they're so fabulous and happy. So you can be entered to win. If you've commented on any of our June episodes, because things were a little off the rails while Ann was gone. And that's okay. That's okay. She's back now. Is pot pie really our thing?
Yep. PIK.
Okay, I don't remember that one. So you can use the code PIK pot pie for 20% off of your order of $50 or more at chickenladyfiberarts.com. And you can comment to win Happy Clappy. So yay!
And here, I have some other beautiful yarns that we will give away, but this is Sparkle Sparkle Troll, as inspired by our lovely friend Cara Brown. It is sparkly, it is lovely, and there's all sorts of blues and purples through it. So very nice. And then hang on. These, which Lynn sent me, it's called First Blooms. And you can't see them much because the sun's too bright. But they're beautiful, they're delicate, and very lovely. Mm-hmm. Thanks. So yeah, check out Lynn.
Yeah, check her out. She's fabulous and wonderful. But those 3 skeins were part of what made us a little bit late because we were discussing when the proper time was to give them away and whether they should be given away as a group or separate or. Mm-hmm. So we've come to a consensus, and you guys will be surprised.
Yes, because I have a thing against breaking up a beautiful group like this. But. Mm-hmm. Anyways, we do have an announcement for giveaways of Chicken Lady yarn. So our, I'd like to repeat again our April giveaway, which have not emailed us. If you're a giveaway winner, email us at politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com. But Magic Wands of 2 have won our, or Chicken Ladies, I should say, Eastern Bluebird colorway. So please message us with your address for that. Our May winner, yay, is Marsupio the Magical, which wins the Western Meadowlark. Very lovely. And these 2 are also very fine together. Look at that. Look at that. But anyways, April, May. So
alas, you can't use them together unless you purchase your own.
Unless you purchase them from Chicken Lady, which you absolutely can. And our April Showers winner, April Showers, yay, is Miss Sherry Stewart. So congratulations. And she will be getting the Easter 50-gram set which,
Yep.
and it's too bright in here, but they are very beautiful and very cool. So, hey,
Congratulations. We're very happy for you. And Sherry, I know that you email us, so make sure that you get that to us.
Mhm.
And if you need to get in touch with us, you can do so by emailing politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com. I feel like Vanna, is she even a thing anymore? I think
She
she's
is in my
still.
heart.
Well, I said something about Oprah giving stuff away to one of my classes once, and the kids were like, "What? What's an Oprah?" That's what one of the kids said to me. "What's an Oprah?" And I was like, "Excuse me?"
You don't even know.
So, we got that business done. Thanks to all our viewers. Hey, it's our happy birthday. We're actually like 2 weeks late, but somebody wasn't around. Excuse me.
Sorry.
But Ann and I have been internet married for 5 whole years, which seems really weird.
That is really weird. That seems like a much longer time than it has felt to say 5 years.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like, I was talking to my kid who's going to be 10, and I'm like, I have been podcasting for like more than half your life now, child. It's weird. I don't know. It's strange how time works, isn't it?
It is.
It flies by, but it drags, and yeah. So it's our anniversary. We're really excited. That's why, well, it's not why we're podcasting tonight, because Anne finally got back. I have a new job where I had to work all weekend. And it looks like that's going to be my life for the near future. So we'll talk about things. But Marsupio is a first-time winner who's been watching since almost our very beginning for all the 5 years. We'll see your patience and your dedication has paid off. Congratulations. But yeah, so Anne's back. We're so excited. She just got back. It was super great. So
yay. It was a fun trip. But yeah, went to Romania for a couple of weeks. That was fun. Then to France. We had a great time. We went through the south of France, which sounds pretty good. It was also in reality very awesome. But yeah, we went to Nice and Yves and Monaco, and which were all lovely. We happened to be in Monaco during the Grand Prix day, which we didn't actually knew with enough. We didn't know soon enough to get tickets, so it was really funny because the place is just packed, and we really only have one day in our schedule where we can go to Monaco anyways. So we didn't get to see inside the palace or the casino, but we walked. They have this lovely little touristy sector with all the old shops, and we were walking around and seeing the sights and stuff. So cool. And it was also funny because every single cafe had a TV up with the F1 races going, so you could hear the actual engines of the cars while you were watching them on the screens while you're having your food.
That's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds really cool. Yeah, I got to see some pictures. I don't know. I honestly don't remember if you shared all of them on Instagram or whatever. So
no, I haven't.
But it looked fabulous. It looked fabulous, and she would send me these things of her being super cool, and I'm like, yeah, I'm still here in New York. Hey, it's been raining for the whole month you've been gone, so
I know. I'm like, look, I'm at the Coliseum or Arena in Nimes. This is awesome. They still have bullfights there.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So Chicken Lady wants to know, what was the best food you had?
Best food? I don't know. Hard to say. After a while, we were. Probably in Nice, we had a couple of really nice meals. But I don't know.
Was it just like baked goods and coffee and deliciously
Oh,
lovely, or
their
was it?
their baked goods were incredible and real baked goods, none of this, crappy prefab thaw and bake stuff you get
Mhm.
in America. No, 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 no. Every like walking into any bakery, it was like here's the glass, the sneeze guard, and they have just stacked fresh loaves just up and kept in there, and like
Mhm.
huge meringues just to buy, and macarons of course, but like little delicacies of every description. And any street you walk down, you're like, hey, here's a little cafe and here's the award it has for its croissants. And so that was really great. There was one. It's funny because when we were in Paris, two of the restaurants that we visited most often and liked were actually Asian-owned restaurants that are our favorite bakery there. And it was one closer to our hotel too. Was a Korean-owned place that was one I said had awards for their croissants, but they did this thing with like a custard in a croissant with strawberries in it. It's just
Ooh,
delightful.
it
And
sounds
then
like
there
it.
was there was a katsu restaurant that we also was Japanese owned, and we just loved it because the first day in Paris it was just rainy and miserable, which is as Audrey Hepburn and Sabrina says it ought to be. Always rain the first day in Paris. Well, it did, and it was cold, and we like a lot of times we would go to a bakery for like a cold sandwich or something for lunch, and we first night in Paris, it's miserable, and both of us are like, want some comfort food right now, like some fried katsu. That would be amazing. And yes,
I don't know what that is.
oh, it's just like it's fried, it's breaded in fried meat with panko.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a little cutlet thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And because okay, Asian food like noodles with brown sauce, not a thing. Brown sauce, complete foreign concept.
Hmm.
So if you wanted like lo mein noodles, nothing having. So, anyways, brilliant katsu place. Just this little tiny box of a place, absolutely packed. But that was really good. I don't know, lots of good food.
Hmm. It was just all lovely, and she was
It was
gone for so long. How can she remember one specific out of all of the wonderful that she got to deal with?
well, and also France has this wacky thing where they'll be like, "Yeah, the restaurant's closed at 1, and we don't open again until 6."
Oh no.
Which is really really sucks if you've been museum trotting and everything else all morning, and you're trying to get everything in, and then you get out of there at 2:30 in the afternoon, and wow, I'm hungry, I'd like to eat.
Yeah, I tend to do my best eating between 1 and 6, honestly. So that's a bummer.
Yeah, but it was fine though. We actually found a couple of French McDonald's, and we're like, oh good, they're always open.
And you're so classy.
Hey, you know what? I am American to my core, and sometimes you just need a burger. Though they would
Hmm.
do this thing though, because looking at the menu in French, I'm like, oh yeah, this says it's a special French burger. Yeah, we'll try whatever it's on the French McDonald's menu. No, it was filled with French mustard. French mustard is nasty. Okay, they do a lot of horseradish in there. It's sharp and it's bad. Not a fan. They try to
That's
sneak it in
funny.
places where you don't expect it. They're like, "Of course you want our mustard. It's what we're famous for." I'm like, "No,
No, no.
no. I like your meringues. Your meringues you are famous for. The flan, amazing. Stop with the mustard."
Yeah. Alexandria says she's always wanted to try international fast food. I've never been, I mean, I've been to Canada, but I don't feel like Canada counts, especially because as a New Yorker, I've been to Canada right over the border, like a couple hours from here. And so I just don't feel like it's enough Canadian to like be different. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah,
because you go like an hour into Canada, it's not like you're like in Canada. You're like, hey, this is the part that touches New York, and we're all kind of, we've all kind of mixed in right here, so it's fine. Get a croissant to put in your pocket. Anna's like Trump going to McDonald's.
Hey, look, I was there a good long while and had plenty of French sandwiches. And again, the French sandwich, kind of weird in that it'll be a baguette. So like this sandwich doesn't want to be eaten. Like you have to struggle to bite into that thing. And then they'll always like slip an avocado or something, which I know is very Californian, but still, I'm like, that's just a little weird. It's a little weird to have avocado in my chicken sandwich. What are you doing, France?
Oh my gosh, I love avocado on everything. I would have been thrilled.
It's been like best day ever.
And I love really hard bread, so I feel like I could go eat that
See,
sandwich for you. I'd be
this
fine.
is to your advantage. France is waiting for you. But yeah,
it's not like Niagara Falls.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw so many churches, man, and so many like sincerely old stuff. Went to Notre Dame and Saint Chapelle and Sacre Coeur. And like anytime we were in a little village that had a church, we were there. Oh, we went to the Church of Monaco. I forget which saint designation it gets, but we got to see Princess Grace's grave, which was super cool, along with all the royal family of Monaco. And also, they had a bone that belonged to Saint Nicholas there. I'm like, wow, it's Santa. Like, this is very exciting to me. And I'm like taking pictures of this and sending it to my family. And they're like, that's nice, Santa. I'm like, no, look, it's Santa and Princess Grace and Santa.
How funny. It sounds like a great time. I can't believe you were gone so long. Like, I love to travel, but I love to come home. Like, I'm very much one of those people. And I don't know, man. It seems like a long time to be away from home.
Yeah, it was fun. Also, Europe, not known for their soft beds. Romania was worse than France, but France was not great.
I think France would be great because they're supposed to be so wonderful. You know what I mean?
Well, not when it comes to mattress quality. I was a little like...
How funny.
They don't believe in the box spring.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds sad. I don't care for that.
Yeah.
Very cool. See, Wildenberg agrees with me. She likes the avocado on her sandwiches, but she said that the hard bread's no good. So I will be alone on my... I've been trying to learn how to make my own really good crusty bread, and I always get the soft bread. I don't know. I can get it like a little bit crusty, but not like some of those like baguettes and stuff. I got to figure out how that works. I haven't baked in a while. Been busy. So... Chicken Lady would like to know if you saw any sheep while you were gone.
Yes, I saw both French sheep and Romanian sheep. French sheep were nicer because Romania is a second world country, but that's, as it is. So
I don't know why that's so funny, but the way you just said that, like, yes, I've seen many sheep. So man tried to trade me some sheep so that I would come cook for him, but I didn't do it. So
no, actually, when I was
more accurately, your father. But anyway,
no. But when we were, it's so funny. When we were in Romania, there was part of it is that we were cooking for this ladies conference thing. It was in one of the villages. So Romania is probably technically safer, but rougher than France. Mm-hmm. Joking about it being a second world country, it's really 1.5 to 1 depending on the village you're in. Like in the city, it's 2, but the sliding scale. And there was this one of the gals in our group. She was very funny when it came to any farm animal thing. She seems to be surprised that farm animals existed at all, and that they had actual jobs, and that they were actually like used for like real commodities and were eaten and not just there to be pretty. And there was somebody, and they were moving their sheep like down the main street of the village, and she was like very excited about this. So.
Yeah. Chicken Lady would like to know, you met a group in Romania, right?
Yeah.
Or you met them before you got to Romania. Either way, she was with a group.
Yeah, in Romania, yeah.
and then she went on to France with a friend. So
Yes. And then there was a gal who lived in France who we were with for part of the time too. So that was good. And, having someone on your team who speaks French, definite advantage, because even with like little technological things, sometimes it gets a little iffy. But yeah, it was good.
okay, very good.
But yeah, Notre Dame is incredible. Texas Sheep Lady asked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pretty. And there, I forget what it's called, but that there is a center wooden thing around the altar that has different carvings, which was just
Mm-hmm.
incredible. It was sort of a life of Christ thing around it. And in the little alcoves around the back of the cathedral, they painted them. Like, okay, a lot of times in medieval buildings, they're like, this is a medieval building. And you're like, wow, this is incredible. They're like, but back in the olden days, they painted all the bricks and they did this and that with plaster. And you're like, well, that's great. Why don't you do that in the restoration? But in the restoration of Notre Dame, they did that. They painted it in full medieval colors with different murals and things. It's just lovely.
Oh, cool. That sounds wonderful. Very, very cool.
And Saint Chapelle, it was attached to the Palace of Justice. Okay, there was a lot of times during the trip where I'm walking around like, wow, look at all these handsome boys with berets and also carrying guns and in uniform. Wow, that's crazy. Where where they had, when they were like, oh, LA, I can't believe with the riots in LA that they deploy the military. It's like, wow, look, I'm just walking around France and they're deploying the military. Some of them are police, also holding guns, rifles with pistols outside, but also some of these are army proper. I'm like, wow, like when we were walking around Versailles, yeah, there was a row of them up, up kind of by the side on one of the balconies. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Wonder what that's about. But when we went to Saint Chapelle, there was actually like a police line around the front, and we had to walk all the way around. And then there was a police guy at the checkpoint, and we're like, hey, we have tickets to see Saint Chapelle. And he's like, okay, sure, go through. Like kind of a, oh, well, you're
what was happening?
I don't know.
Yeah, so when Anne said she was doing this trip, I'm like happy for her, but I'm also like, France is like turned into a dumpster fire, right? Are you sure you want to? And I only know that because I'm friends with her, and she's told me about the people like rioting and shit, and I'm like, are you sure you want to go there? And she's like, oh yeah, it's fine. I'm like, okay.
But the thing is that look, you can't be worried about everything all the time. People go to France the whole time when stuff burns. Like there was people before my trip, and they're like, hey, we're taking our young kids to France, and they were fine. So you can't be all freaky outy. You gotta be safe and everything, but it's like, yeah, I'm going to go see the great sights of France. So, anyways, but Saint Chapelle.
I'm not much of a traveler, so I guess that's part of why I'm like, because I could be like, oh, it might rain. I guess I'm not that interested. Like, whatever excuse, I'm good.
Yeah. But Saint Chapelle was the one. It's famous for its stained glass windows. There are, like panels like this, and it was basically the whole Bible in stained glass windows. So, and they go up just like you're craning your neck up to see the ones at the top. But but incredible chapel.
Mm-hmm. Did you go to the Louvre?
Yes.
Because Lisa said it shut down because the staff was protesting against mass tourism, which is really pretty funny.
That is pretty funny. I went to the Louvre, saw, I think we got to every section in the Louvre. I can't quite say that we saw everything in the Louvre, because we were there. They have a day of the week where it's open for longer, and we were there from like almost 11 in the morning to 9 at night. That was a long day.
Sounds like that.
But yeah, we saw, I mean, all the big things. Saw the Venus de Milo and the Mona Lisa and Winged Victory. The revolutionary chick, with her boob out, famous one. But We also saw it was
I like that you just described her as the chick with her boob out.
yeah, you know her.
That's
She's
the
holding guns, like
technical
yay
term.
French Revolution. I mean, oh gosh, if anything confirms this trip, I hate the French Revolution more and more. Like everywhere you go, and this that was desecrated by the French Revolution. Oh, and over here we have these beheaded statues, which were on the church because of the French Revolution. Saint Michel, or Mont Saint Michel, sorry, beautiful, stunning, was a prison during the French Revolution and during the occupation World War II. And the French Revolution took the faces off all of the saints.
Oh my gosh.
Absolute creeps. Anyways,
You
hate
know,
those guys.
when you told me you were going to that Mont Saint Michel, I remembered later thinking about it. I read a book that was set there, or part of it was set there. I don't remember. I'll have to look into it and let you know. It was a good book.
Yeah.
But that's, I didn't know what it was until she sent me pictures. I'm like, okay, cool. Emily says that she's she and I are very similar. She doesn't want to go anywhere either. Like, yeah, I'm good.
Well, it was
I'm pretty
great.
happy here.
We were at Mont Saint Michel a couple days before D-Day, so I guess it would have been June 4th or 5th, I forget. But they had some parachuters there as sort of a warm up for D-Day, because of course it's along the beach, and Mont Saint Michel. So Saint Michael is the patron saint of parachuters. You know, warrior from above.
Oh,
And yeah, and also there's a story about when it was finally liberated that it was one American who was like he was JD Vance's job, you know, when you talk to the media, but you are Army, but you talk to the media, and it was two British journalists, and basically they took a jeep and went down to Mont Saint Michel to say, hey guys, you know, the Americans invaded and you're free now. And it was just them, and like everybody went nuts. Like they were passing him babies to kiss. They had him sign whatever, you know, book of nobility that was only left for like the bigwigs and stuff. And it was this huge deal. The Germans at that point basically, you know, gave up and asked to be directed to wherever the prison thing was, because they were kind of like the crowd was getting rowdy. It was going to be rough. But anyways, but yeah, it was a fun place. And
now that sounds
also,
cool.
So Mont Saint Michel is built on this large sand beach, and then it's built on this granite rock. So you can't like boat up to it or anything. There's a bridge out, but you can't actually walk across the wet sand. You know, beware of quicksand, but you can do it. But the thing is that you see it out at a distance, and it's beautiful, and it's this magical kind of fairy tale castle looking thing, and you're like, yeah, I want to go see that. Yeah, and you have to walk up all those stone steps. And I was dying at the top. I mean, it was great. It was absolutely beautiful. And seeing the chapel and I guess the monastery and all the pillars and stuff were just beautiful. But it's like, yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about the Count of Monte Cristo, so that must have been that. But I'm talking about a World War II novel where the girls were code breakers, and they went to Mont Saint Michel at the end of it, I believe. So anyway, just a little. Bye, Chicken Lady. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, and I think part of Count of Monte Cristo was in Marseille, which we also went to. Marseille's kind of ghetto. I'm not gonna lie. We much preferred
it was
Toulon.
What?
Kind of ghetto. There was
really?
much graffiti in Marseille. It was a crazy amount of graffiti. Like they could not get a handle on level of graffiti. And most people in France will be like, yeah, that's a party town. That's, you know, crazy get drunk place. That's not. Marseille is a respectable. But Toulon was very cool. Toulon was also a port town, but where the big military base is, and has been, you know, since Napoleon's time and far before. But they had this Navy museum there that we went to, and which was so cool. I mean, the the vibe of the place is very like when you're in Nice, like the sun shines gently upon you. Like everything is golden and happy. When you're in Toulon, the wind whips through the city and hits you in the face, but it has this like the ports are full and everybody's working. And even the like the parking lots, there's this sort of you know the joke about American military guys that they've got their 40% loan out on their used Dodge Charger and that sort of thing. You kind of got that impression, but with like the random Ferrari, like that. Um, Anyways, but the museum itself very cool because when they built the tall ships, they made like I don't know like 15-foot models of the ships while they were building them so they could be like, okay, we did exactly this. And that
Okay.
was a better blueprint than a blueprint proper at times because they would build them at the same time. And they would also use them for officer training. So you could see exactly the whole ship and how it worked, even before getting
Okay.
on it. So they had these just beautiful, massive models, and they had mastheads and, all sorts of carved things and history of galleons and everything. And again, up to World War II. And one of their aircraft carriers was actually out in the bay, but we could just barely see it.
That's interesting.
But yeah, it was a good day. I think the other ladies of my party were probably a little bored with that museum, but I'm sitting there like, whoa, look, it's all the tall ships. I was very master and commander about it. But,
Very cool.
mm-hmm.
Yep. Sounds like it was just a blast.
It was.
And it sounds like you had to be gone for a while because, I mean, how can you possibly fit all that stuff in a week or two? Like, how do you? Do you get the tall ships there in your lakes? We saw them in Lake Erie. They're amazing. We get we may get tall ships on Lake Ontario, but I don't live near that. I live on smaller lakes, so we don't get big ones, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. It's very sad. But yeah. Were the peasants revolting? Adam wants to know.
Not that I saw. I mean, we weren't in Paris during the when they won that big soccer game and then burned stuff. But
that's nice.
It happens. Yep. But I talked to a couple people who were, and they're like the majority of the place was fine. But,
Inquiry minds want to know: did you find any yarn, or did you not have room in your suitcase?
I did. I found a little bit of yarn. I found there was a yarn shop in Bordeaux, and I think it's Danish yarn. Sorry. But I mean,
well, that's a slacker thing.
I know. What was I doing? But I did start a little bit of a project while I was there, but I didn't have a chance to finish it. I knit a hat for somebody with Chicken Lady yarn I had brought, but I gave it away as soon as I made it because I'm not going to carry that around. But anyway, so yeah, that was good. Yeah. So yeah, didn't do much yarny stuff. Mostly did, historical and boat things. Though, yeah, really enjoyed it. Really, yeah, had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Good. Very good. So that brown yarn, I'm sorry, both of my kids came in to ask me a question. I apologize. That brown yarn, is that something you picked up?
Yes.
Okay. Can I see it again? I'm sorry. I was not.
Sorry. The yarn shop gave me a thing.
Oh, cool.
So this shop in Bordeaux, she was very nice too. But yeah, it is very nice. It's very sticky, which I appreciate. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and also when you wind off the skeins, it is in 2 parts, which is interesting. Like there's 2 skeins twisted together.
Okay, that's weird, but okay.
But yeah, it's weird. And the lady at the top said that this is, see what I say it's called. Anyway, she said that this is a very popular yarn because it's a very woolly wool. It's not too warm, so it doesn't pill up. So
Yeah.
she said this was great.
I've heard of that brand before. I feel like they do a lot of those like color work sweaters in it, like the really fancy, nice ones. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be great for it because it is a really great. It's really great texture. Really nice.
Good.
Anyways, I meant to finish this as a gift for somebody, and that didn't happen. So we'll see how that goes.
These things happen. Be like me and just I'm just not telling anybody I'm making anything anymore. Forget it. Forget it. I thought I would knit today because I'm administering tests for one of my kids, and I'm kind of just sitting there like I can't help them with the test, but like they started to get kind of upset and stuff. So I'd be like, just relax, like read the question again, read it, decide what it's asked. Like, you know, that I'm just doing that kind of stuff. Like, just chill. And yeah, I thought I would start knitting and I did not. I haven't knit in weeks. What kind of show is this thing? Who are we? How can we even call ourselves knitters anymore?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it our 5-year anniversary or is this the end? No.
What?
Okay, sorry. Aunt's like, what? I was gone for a month and this happens?
It's like, it's gone, but I wasn't like gone. I mean, it was, but not.
No,
I mean, the instant I came back, I started knitting this little blanket thingy. It started it, and then I pulled it apart and did this because, after all, I had cast it on before June 1st, which means it won't count for Amy's on the 9 knit along. And these colors are heckin' 80s, so yeah, I thought it'd be good.
I gotta get. You know, I had Amy on 2 or 3 times, and I don't even know the rules to her own knit along. Does it have to be 80s colors?
I think so. I think she's like very summery 80s colors. And just that you can't have cast it on beforehand.
Okay.
So yeah, I have one solid, one stripe, then little stripies.
Cool.
And then this will be half of it, and I'll do the same pattern over again on the other side. So there'll be a little checkerboard in the middle.
Because Anne loves her little miter looking.
I do, except this one, as you will notice. Okay, I originally saw a different vintage pattern that had mitered squares, and as I said before, I don't actually like mitered squares. I don't like making them. The always having to figure out where your decrease is every single time, not really a fan. So instead of decreasing, I am increasing and just knitting out from there. So I have my stitch markers on where to increase, and that is somehow easier for me to figure out where the decrease is every time. And I can just increase until I feel like it.
Well, there you go. I mean, that works. I gotta make something for the new baby. I still haven't finished her blanket. Like, I'm bad. Ooh. So while you were gone, the baby was born, my new niece.
Congratulations.
She's lovely and wonderful. She was in the hospital last week. She had meningitis. She had viral meningitis. She's home. She's fine. But holy moly. Poor little baby. And I haven't even finished her blanket yet. I'm in trouble. It's terrible. Texas Sheep Lady wants to know what kind of yarn that is. It looks acrylic, is it?
Yeah, it's stuff I got from Joanne's Closing.
I think I talked about it a little bit with Amy, but Michaels is buying the Joanne's yarns, like Big Twist, and they're going to be carrying some of the stuff that was Joanne exclusive. So, looks like they're positioning themselves to be like the big thing now. But yeah, I'm still not knitting. I'm glad to see that you're home and you're knitting and working on things.
Yeah.
I have some house stuff going on. Shortly, you're going to see me take down all my yarn, and I'm going to get a new setup because we're going to do some revamping. And I think until after that, I'm probably not going to knit because I got a new job and I got testing with the kid, and I gotta pack my stuff up so that we can redo. And I feel like Kevin McAllister. So anyway, Kat says don't trust Michaels. When is her birthday? We got a new grandson. Her birthday's like May 14th. Don't quote me on that. I didn't write it down, so I'll have to go back and check.
And this reminds me.
Oh yeah. What is that?
So before I went on my trip, we were flying out of Dallas. So I actually got to see Caro before I went. And Caro's, yeah, crazy. And Caro's husband 3D printed me a Molly. Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty tricky.
Sorry, I was very excited about this. It's like a little golden icon of my dog.
Yeah, that's pretty excellent. Big question in the comments.
When is Shark Week? Shark Week is July 20th to the 27th. So be
and we
there.
We are working on getting it all set up for you guys.
Yes.
And getting our sponsors lined up. So all your stickers, you'll get hopefully some new people.
Yeah, I'm excited. And
we're gonna,
yeah, I don't think we'll be announcing the theme quite yet, but I mean,
nope, I don't think so.
And it's exciting.
Yeah. And I was thinking, Anne, this is a sidebar that doesn't really apply to the people watching, but that's okay. I think that we should do a little bit of extra advertising this year. I feel like more people should know about Shark Week. So we need to decide how we're going to do that, like through Instagram or Facebook, or I don't know. But I think that there's an avenue for us to get the word out so that more people can enjoy the pressure of possibly being eaten by a shark. I mean, who doesn't want to do that?
The cry goes out, but people must know.
And it is the 50th anniversary of Jaws, which I feel like we could kind of, capitalize on this slightly.
Exactly. It's very important.
I'm just saying. Hey, you know what? That's going to be my goal. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself, but I am going to have a project, and this is going to be the year I finally finish a Shark Week project. Knock on wood. We'll see what happens. So when do you plan to announce the theme? We need to prep and plan. We're still getting like our gifts and things together. So give us, Anne just got back in the country a couple days ago. Give her a week or two.
Come on, people.
We'll have a little bit
we are talking with sponsors. We are talking with various yarn dyers and makers and stuff. So they can have yarns ready, which is exciting. I'm very excited. And also we're getting our logo together. So maybe we can get a little merch, which would be very cool.
That would be a me thing. So yes, I will get on that. After June. I swear to gosh, I'm just like, this is my... Okay, sidebar. Ready? My kids and my husband have been watching this guy named Mark Rober. He is an engineer. He has worked for NASA. He is whatever. One of my kids actually, instead of having a big birthday party, my one kid had a big birthday party this year, roller skating, laser tag, like big birthday party. Yeah. And the other one said, I want to get these engineering boxes. Okay. This dude puts out these engineering boxes for kids. And so far we have a disc launcher in our house and a coin spinner. They're very cool. But we've been watching so many of this guy's videos, and somebody stole a package off of his front steps. And so he started making glitter bombs that shot out fart spray at porch pirates. And he based off all the stuff he was doing off of Home Alone. And I think that that's why I keep referencing him. So, because it's a weird thing to be referencing, especially in the middle of June. But anywho, Katie knows who he is. Yeah, you've got a kid about the same age, so I'm not surprised that you've seen him. And his videos, dude, if you need a laugh, watch his videos about the glitter bombs and the porch pirates, because it's funny. So there were some where we were all just laughing out loud. It was ridiculous. So Just saying. Um, yeah, people are saying they need to prep. It's a month away. Yeah, we're gonna get it to you, but we gotta get like our ducks in a row over here.
Yeah.
Oh, Emily knows who he is too. Yeah, see, everybody, not everybody, a lot of people have heard of him because he's funny. But yeah, so anywho, he based it off of Home Alone. Thus, the reason I keep referencing Home Alone because I don't even like that movie. But there you go. So,
Really?
no, I think it's so dumb. Like even when I was a kid, I didn't think it was that funny. My husband, now that's his sense of humor, and some of the kids, one of the kids thinks it's pretty funny, and the other one's kind of like with me, and we're like, all right, we're gonna go like over here and do this other thing because we don't want to watch that. But so anywho, my random stuff. So Shark Week is gonna be super fun. Don't forget, you cannot start until Shark Week starts, which is at midnight of the 20th, right? Like 12 a.m. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the entire day. So if you are up past midnight on the 19th, then you can start. But it is from midnight to midnight, whatever your time zone has to be, or whatever your time
and you
zone
have
has
to be. You can prep your yarn. You have to declare your project. If you do not, if we're going to advertise, we might need a Google form for this, Anne.
No, we'll get a Google form, and we will get a Google form out, in time for everyone to declare their project. Because
but you have to declare your project.
Right. Okay.
It can. Sorry.
No, I was just about to say to reiterate rules of Shark Week, which DK was doing, but to what the rules of Shark Week are. So you have from the 20th to the 27th to make a project. You have to declare what you are going to make. For all of the giveaways, you get 3 entries for a project. You get 1 for on-theme yarn. You get 1 for an on-theme project. For anything shark related, and also what our secret theme is. Last year was Raiders of the Lost Shark. And then you also get 1, did I say project bag? For project bag stitch markers. And then you get up to 5 entries of taking a picture with your project and either something sharky or something on the theme. So if you're watching TV and it's related to the theme, you can take your picture with it and it counts for an extra entry for the knit along. Okay, you have to finish this project. Whatever you say, you're like, all right, this is my project starting. Whatever you say, you have to finish it in that week, or you have to rip it out. It's done. It's dead. The shark ate you.
Right. And if you say, I'm going to make a pair of socks, and you only finish 1 sock, you have to pull out the finished sock because you didn't make a pair. Like, that's how it works. Yeah. So,
right. If you say,
if you don't, you're not eligible.
Yeah. And everybody who enters Shark Week gets stickers. Yay! Shark Week stickers, and also stickers from our other podcasts who are sponsoring. And everybody who enters is eligible to win our Shark Week prizes, which are going to be glorious. I'm very excited for them. And there is a grand prize winner and a secondary prize among the ones who finish, and there is also a prize among those who didn't finish.
And generally, I am the queen of the losers, and if you don't finish, you're generally in good company because I have yet to finish a project during Shark Week. I'm gonna try though. I'm really gonna try.
Yeah. Well, and if you are most people, majority do finish, which is very exciting. So if you have to pull out your project, you are have pretty good chances of winning that. In our 2 previous Shark Weeks. So yeah, that has been good. There was something else with that. Stickers. But yeah, if you did not beat the shark and you do not show me proof of having pulled out your project, like, I'm sorry, you're not getting stickers. You're not.
Yeah.
And
you don't get stickers and you don't get entered for the prize.
Right.
So
and a couple of times, like, people have entered Shark Week and then haven't told me if they finished or not. And like, just tell me. Just tell me that. Oh, and also, you can only enter once. You cannot complete Shark Week and then say you're going to enter something else. we're not doing that anymore. Because you should have just gone big the first time.
Yeah. And I mean, you know your skill. So we encourage you to try something that is going to stretch you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I could easily finish a colorwork hat in a week. Last year I didn't finish my hat, but it had a lot of cables on it, and I am not as proficient in cables. So like if you're going to use it to work on something that maybe you haven't done before, you know, that's a good time to work on a smaller project to learn a skill. But like you know, if you're one of those people, we have some people that watch when we did the sweater challenge who made like 5 sweaters during the month or 2 that we did it. So if you're that person, you know, stretch yourself. Or if you're you didn't hear Ann on that last bit, like she was just saying, like if declare your projects and stuff. What else? You can prep your stuff, you can have everything ready. We want you to be prepared. But you can't start knitting until it's actually the thing.
Right.
So
yeah, and you can only declare what you're going to make once. You can't have another add-on entry afterwards if you finish your first one.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like stretch yourself, because we don't want it to be like, I don't make sweaters, so I'm never going to be like, I'm going to make a sweater during Shark Week. Like, let's be realistic here. It'll never, ever happen. But I do make cowls and more intricate hats and things. So maybe, you know, that's a good project. That's all I'm saying. Anne likes to knit shawls. It's not, it's a stretch for her to finish a shawl, but it's not like, oh my God, that would never actually happen. I would never knit a shawl. I would never finish one in a week. So just be realistic about your skill, but also, you know, give yourself a challenge.
Yeah.
That's all. So because we have like lots of cool people watching, Anne and I wanted to do something. And it's time. I forgot. Trumpinator needed to visit. Hi. He's just gonna hang out here now. So how are we gonna do it?
For giveaways?
Mm-hmm.
I assume you mean?
What was that?
For giveaways, I assume you mean?
You want me to run a quick thing? Hey, sure. If you're in the chat and you're listening, drop a comment. You're going to be entered right now.
Okay. Quick chat, everyone.
Okay. Shorty socks is a challenge for me. I'm the slowest knitter. Yeah, that's true. Okay. We got Laura, Lisa. Okay, I gotta do this quick. You're gonna have to read people to me quick.
Okay, Deanna, Katie, Melody, Iris, Mama Nevin, Lizzie Knit Socks, Janice, Emily.
Oh gosh, they're so fast. Hold on. I gotta go back to the top. I couldn't figure out where the names were coming from. Okay.
Adam says he's entering for Neil.
Laura.
Kat says.
Rebecca. Christina. I gotta put spaces in between them or they don't count. Cat. I'm slow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a lot of people are in the chat and everybody's talking.
You asked them to.
I know, but I thought I'd be faster. Katie. Melody. Iris. Mama. She gets Mama because I'm not putting all that in. Lizzie. Jan. S. Emily with an IE. Alex. Andrea. Texas Sheep Lady. I'm almost done, I think. Maybe
Almost.
not. LR, Adam. I think that got everybody. Did I? Oh, Wild Knit Diva. Oh, there's more.
Did you get Heidi?
She's next. Okay. Okay. Oh, Sherry. I don't think I got Sherry. I'm putting her on.
Quick.
I got Janice, right? Didn't I already get Janice? Yeah, I got Janice. Okay. Or is that second Janice? Oh, no. No, it's the same one. Okay. Whew. All right, guys. I'm going to spin. If you didn't get your name in, sorry. I went through all of them. I swear. Okay, let's see how I do it. Click to spin. It's spinning. It's spinning. Oh, what happened? Oh. Deanna. Whoop, whoop. There you go. Deanna, you won a skein of yarn.
Now.
Can't you just highlight everyone? I don't know, maybe. Okay. So, Deanna, you can email us at politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com, and Anne will be your lovely mail lady and send out some. Which one are you sending? Just one or both of them?
I'm not sure. Which one of these? I know, Deanna.
Oh.
Quick say. Which do you want? Do you want Love That Journey for Me? Want Sparkle Troll? Which, because they're both beautiful and they're both available at chickenlady5arts.com. Use our code PIK Pot Pie. But Deanna, purple for Deanna, purple. And I will write that down.
Excellent. Yes, please do.
And we're
going to do this nonsense once more before we go, guys, because we figured it's our birthday party, and it would be weird if you guys gave us gifts, so we're giving you gifts, right?
Exactly.
Works out.
Habit birthday party is the best way to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wrote you down.
You know what, Anne? That was kind of fun. I think that once in a blue moon, we should just randomly do that. You know that?
Just
like be like, hey, we're giving away the skein of yarn right now.
That's true. And I believe we will have a giveaway for those who comment after, too. So sure. Those who catch the replay will be in on the fun.
Yep.
But yes, anyways,
Clementine is even very excited about it. So there you go. It's a good time being had by all.
It's good for Clementine.
So what else do we want to talk about, Anne? Do we want to talk about like the world?
Well, there has been a lot of
keep
news
it happy. I know there has, and I'm sure that people are happy you're back because there was no news while you were gone. So, hi, baby.
I have been watching the replays. I haven't, I caught up on all of our episodes, but I haven't caught up with all the other podcasts around us yet. I got some Midnight in and a little bit of Blocked, but I haven't, it's a lot of stuff to watch if you're gone for a month and a half.
You were gone a long time. So. But yeah, there is so much happening. So what say you, Anne? Want to do a quick little bit of news, or?
Well, sure. Well, what do you want to talk about? Because we got Iran and Israel, which I'm pretty excited for.
You're excited for it?
No, okay. Assuming that this actually topples the current Iranian government, I am so excited for that, because that was on us. That was Jimmy Carter who took out the Shah, and not that the Shah was everything, peaches and cream, but also there was a lot of freedom in Iran when the Shah was there.
Right.
And it became the Islamic Republic of Iran, which is miserable for everybody. And, if you also, they hang women for not being covered. Okay, it's a very bad.
Oh, so Jimmy Carter is the guy that was there when Jimmy Carter was there. Was the one that let him like wear skirts and like dress like people.
Yes.
Okay, and then they went to the I can only see this much of their eyeballs thing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So having but yeah, there's a lot from what. Okay, there's a lot of people who had to get out of Dodge after it became the Islamic Republic of Iran. So again, these I mean the well,
sorry, that's my bad.
Okay. No, but no, these the strikes have been, very, very precise. And it's war and everything else, but it's like it's a war against very evil people. And and let's not forget that the Obamas also helped Iran, and that when money goes to Iran, it goes straight to terrorism. It goes straight to Hezbollah and everyone else. And Obama with the pallets of cash, and Biden was also playing those deals, and it was very, very bad. And and now Israel is cleaning up our messes, which, they're more competent at cleaning up our messes at times than we are. So, again, this is only a good thing. And a lot of Iranians, former, like they are Iranian, but they had to leave the country, are very welcoming of this. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
I was
also
listening to Charlie. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was listening to Charlie Kirk today, and he was talking about how Trump has been, for the past 10 years, they are not going to get nuclear weapons. We are not going to let them. And I didn't realize it, but in April, President Trump said, you guys have 60 days to comply. Mm-hmm. And do you know when the first Israeli bomb fell? That would have been on the 61st day.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. So I thought that was really interesting that he, that he, whether you like Trump or not, he says what he means and he means what he says, and he's going to do the thing he's going to do. So,
yeah. And people are like, oh, wow. It's like, I can't believe Trump is doing this. He's suddenly all war hawk and intervention-y. It's like, you mean the guy who kept campaigning saying, Iran is evil and we will not allow, you mean that guy? It's like, did he just kind of bubble out during those parts of his speeches? Because he's been pretty consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. And Charlie Kirk was talking about how the speech that he gave when he came down the escalator, included that he was going to not let them do the stuff, and he was going to crack down on Iran. And so it's not like, sorry, I have cat hair flying all around me now. But yeah, he's been, words are hard. He has been saying the thing the whole time. He hasn't changed any of it. And so, yep. Cue the Queers for Sharia Law parade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Trump encouraged Israel to hold out for negotiations. Well, yeah, that is true. But
he has, and they did not negotiate. Thus the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that they're used
saying before the attacks, being all like, they wouldn't come to the negotiating table. Some of them will not be returning.
Yeah. Having the adults back in charge is so refreshing. I think that that's the thing. Like Katie said, well, they didn't wait for the negotiations, but I also think that they got used to being flippy floppy, whatever. And so maybe nobody took them as seriously as they should have. And so here we are. Yeah, I hope it doesn't turn into more. I don't know. Since I've had kids, everything is so much scarier to me. Like, I want them to grow up in a happy, lovely, whatever. But
anyways,
that is not always life.
the Shah or King of Iran has been giving posts about, hey guys, um, it's like we do have a plan for Iran's government going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so if Iran, and again, Iran is not like a dyed in the wool Islamic state. Okay, they have had, I mean, an increase in Christianity in recent years. And also, it's like, no, this was very much a takeover of Islamic ideology. That is not the natural state of Persia. So, if they can, implement some sort of, constitutional monarchy in there, like that would be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So again, maybe that's not how it goes out, but I mean, constitutional monarchy is one of the steadiest systems of government that the world has had. So that'd be good. And also, it's a system of government that is not imposed on the people. It's not saying, "Oh, well, you're this now," and when you're the culture of the country has been different for so long. So this is a reinstating of what it naturally is, and may not be true, but there have been whispers of people within the Iranian government now like defecting and
Mm-hmm.
talking to the Shah and like loyalty to the Shah, which is wild.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely be watching that one.
Yep. That cat's gonna make me crazy. She was digging the door to go out. Now she's digging the door to come back in. Just leave it open for her. um yeah, so that's been happening. And then geez, there was something else we had to talk about, but now it slipped my mind because the cat. What's your take on the big beautiful bill?
I think Elon Musk totally spurred. Okay, not that I'm for spending, but that was a crash out, wasn't it?
Yeah, the whole thing was really.
And Elon, okay, I'm very glad that Elon, was on Trump's side after it. But it's like Elon was on Trump's side after Trump got shot, and then also was like, I'm the one who no. Elon, like again, love to have you on the team, bro. But also, it's like he's not really conservative. He is for a direct democracy on Mars. And again, very yes, definitely. I want to go to Mars. I think we should go to Mars. But also like his own political views, pretty wacky. And totally on board with the whole climate change agenda and the rest of it. And
Mm-hmm.
not to even mention his personal life. Okay, so again, if he's like, yes, I'm here. I want to go to Mars and I want to cut government spending. Like, fantastic. I am both for cutting government spending and for going to Mars. But don't freak out when it's your government spending.
Yeah. Um, so everybody in the comments is reminding me of all the things I forgot about: the riots, the assassinations in Minnesota.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was insane. And
That was
okay,
awful.
I think it's wonderful that they know who the person is, but does anybody else find it weird that all of these like criminals lose their ID when they're committing crimes? I feel like if I
Yeah,
was
there
going to
was
go commit a crime, I would like have it in like I was at the amusement park with my family yesterday, and I brought a fanny pack, which I don't really recommend wearing it's not my thing, but I wear them when we go to amusement parks, right? And it's got a zipper pocket in the back where I put like my important stuff. And I feel like if you're going to go commit a crime, you should probably get one of those where you can put your stuff like in a hidden pocket so that it won't just randomly explode out while you're committing your crime. I'm just saying.
yeah, there's some
It's
fishy
just this
stuff.
thought I was having.
Just a little fun thing that we have.
I still have cat hair on me. Sorry. She loved me too much today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's very, very sad, the whole assassination thing. And I find it interesting that he was actually like they're acknowledging that the person was a political. he was on the same side of those people. He was a Democrat or a liberal. He was appointed by Waltz or the governor or something. Something happened. But I don't know. It's very sad. But also, why did he drop his ID? I'm very confused about that.
Yeah.
I have seen reports that Tim Waltz is behind it.
No, I don't believe that. But I believe he was a Waltz appointed guy. I wouldn't go so far as to say he's behind it. First of all, that would assume some competence. Come on. That looked like a guy who could do anything.
I mean, yeah, he was pretty confused.
Yeah.
They were trying to say he was MAGA. No, he was not MAGA. Yarnwich is going in for a C-section tomorrow. Hey, congratulations.
Well, congratulations on your baby. Hope everything goes well.
So.
But, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about this. Sherry said, did anyone see the clip of her crying after she voted as if she knew something might happen? I mean, they weren't unhappy with her because didn't she support the big, beautiful bill?
It was a state senate.
Okay. My bad. Well, Shelly was saying it's hard for people to get IDs. Maybe they don't know what to do with them once they get them.
Well, they're confused. The one senator who stormed Kristi Noem's press conference, and that everyone's like, "Oh, you don't." It's like you don't know who he is. Nobody knows who this dude is. But here's the thing: then the Democrats went to John Thune's office to protest him storming Kristi Noem's press conference. Okay. Yeah. Like, apparently you don't know who Kristi Noem is because she's from South Dakota and Thune's from South Dakota. And there's only ever 4 politicians in South Dakota at a time, and they're all friends. So it's like, oh, this is going to be, it's like, oh, you're really going to get justice from Thune's really going to bend his ear your way over you disturbing the Missy Miss Kristi. It's like, no, you're not.
No. But everybody's mad about that guy during that news conference that her people put their hands on him. You can't touch a congressperson or whatever. Yeah. Like, dude, if I don't care who you are, if you go bursting in somewhere and start making a scene, people are going to escort you out. They're not going to be like, oh, hey, this guy might be someone important. They're going to like take him out and figure things out once things are safe. So whatever. So. Oh, Emily said that she went to the hospital. Kristi Noem went to the hospital for an allergic reaction.
I saw that before it got on. So the reporter said that she did go to a hospital for allergic reaction, but that she was okay. So
okay.
Again, hoping that she still is. But I saw it was a Daily Mail headline saying that, Ice Barbie rushed to hospital. I'm like, I'm sorry, she's been Cowgirl Barbie for years. You can't change it now. Again, these people don't know anything about South Dakota politics.
But Barbie, she's still, like, if you have astronaut Barbie, she's still astronaut Barbie, even if you put Pilot Barbie's costume on her. So whatever.
That's true. She can change careers. She can.
Right. So whatever.
Barbie is multifaceted, okay? She can do a lot of things very well. She can run a farmer's market stall, and she can go to space, and, she can be a dental hygienist and all the things.
She's so busy. I don't know how. I'm so tired just thinking about it. I want the Barbie that's the house cleaner Barbie. I want to see what she would look like.
But she'd have a really cute apron.
She would. Maybe I should get an apron. Would she have latex gloves?
I think so. I think she'd have the long gloves like what's her face?
Oh, like the dishwashing gloves?
Laboratory. Yeah. She'd have little yellow gloves you can put on. You can hold the spray bottle.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, that was random. What else do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about LA? LA's going to hell in a handbasket, and nobody wants to talk about the fact that, it's very poorly run, and that it's fine if Trump calls the National Guard because he's within his rights. Oh, yeah, and they're burning it down.
I saw this thing that said, "Oh, I can't believe they called the Marines in LA." It's like, are they going to do that every time the Phillies riot? And someone was like, "Is that an option? Let's do that. Let's send the Marines when they start burning couches. This is great. You've done this years."
Right. No, it's just, I don't know. The stuff we tolerate, I don't understand why we tolerate it.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of people have never been disciplined in their lives by this permissive parenting and different things. And we just really need to start, like, because my husband and I were talking about it. Not everybody loved Giuliani when he was the mayor of New York City, right? Like, they didn't like the stop and frisk thing that he did and stuff. But you know what? I was in New York City as a teenager back then, and there were a lot less homeless people and crime. And I don't know. I think that there's something to it,
There was
like
even
rules.
yeah, one of our when we were in Nice, we ended up taking a Uber someplace, and the lady who was our driver, and she was this older French lady, and she had very good English because she had lived for 10 years in New York. When Giuliani
Mhm.
was there and the city was beautiful, it's not beautiful anymore. And she had this whole thing
Mhm.
about it. And
It's true, though.
even though she had a word to say about how Trump is, awful for not allowing foreign students. Oh, we'll never do that in France. It's like, yeah, you won't, would you? But she was praising Giuliani very much, that the city isn't the same without him.
Hmm. But I mean, it's the whole, like, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but we have a big problem in our county with people that don't have. In New York State, you have to have a license plate on the front and back of your car.
Mm-hmm.
We have a law about how tinted your windows can be. We have a law about how loud your vehicles can be. But what I've noticed over the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 years is that nobody ever gets pulled over for these things anymore. So now my husband and I were on our interstate, like a big highway with many lanes. There was a truck that had no license plate on the front. And because New York State is ridiculous, we have a whole bunch of defective plates where all the paint flakes off. And so this
Oh,
guy was riding around in a vehicle with essentially no tags, no brake lights, no. And it's because nobody enforces the laws anymore. So everybody is just acting foolish. And it's like, sorry, it's one of my pet peeves.
well, no, that
But
was the
I
whole
think that there's a
Giuliani broken
reason.
window policy thing. That's like, well,
Mhm,
if you're going to break windows, you're going to start there and you're going to move on to bigger crimes. So let's start with the
mhm.
broken windows.
Right, right. And, okay, so you don't have a license plate on the front of your car. Who really cares? But it's a rule. It's one of our rules. So why don't we enforce it?
Mhm.
Um, and I was pregnant. Okay, I was this pregnant with my first kid. Like, I was almost done cooking that thing, and I was driving on the same interstate. And I got pulled over because I had a legal tint on my windows. I didn't know it was illegal. I bought the car secondhand. So
Mhm.
I went to the judge and I said, I didn't know it was illegal. I've tried to contact the dealership. They won't help me. And the judge said to me, you tell them, you contact the dealership again and you tell them that I told you that they need to fix it. And guess what? They fixed it. But it's just, I mean, the guy, he pulled me over and he's like, well, because I was coming from a city going to a smaller town, he's like, we get a lot of people with the tint like this that are coming from the city and they have drugs. And so that's why I pulled you over. I was like, I didn't know it was illegal. Sorry. I will rectify it. Well, you still have to have a ticket. You still have to, but it's the whole thing. It's the whole, now nobody stops anybody for the tint. Nobody stops anybody for these things. And that's why, I mean, it's not why they're laying shit on fire in LA, but it's part of it. It really is. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, Sherry's saying that you can't see that it's, yeah, the tinted window thing is in Pennsylvania too and stuff. But it's just the whole, and because we live, sorry, I am not I was at the flea market the
You're allowed
other
to
day, and
get
there was
your
this.
rants out now. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, no, but there's this beautiful sign at the flea market that says, "I can't afford to love New York anymore." And it's really how it is. It's just turning into such a shithole. Nobody cares. They just want our money. But anyway. And nobody enforces anything. And when you don't enforce anything, people do whatever they want to. And that's why we get these spoiled people who are surprised when they want to send the National Guard to stop them or whatever it is. So Emily says they'll pull you over for window tint, but not deport illegal aliens. Well, this was a different time. So
back in the olden days.
It was back in the olden days. I mean, my kid is 12 now, so it's a pretty long time ago. Pregnant drug runner. It could have been a good. It could have been a good ruse. I mean, maybe I wasn't actually pregnant. Maybe it was just
been carrying drugs in there.
I mean, that would have been a good thing, but I miss the cops era. Cops, yes. The belly is fake and there's drugs inside. It wasn't fake. It was really my baby, but back before Fire in the Wheel. All right, yeah, I'm old. I understand I'm old. I get it. But
yeah, it was funny. I flew back through JFK, and it's one of those things like, yay, I'm in America now. I'm like, no, I'm in weird foreign America. Queens isn't a real place. That's where Spider-Man lives. Like, I don't get this. What's with these weird small houses that I've literally only ever seen in superhero shows? I don't get it. I don't understand. At least they'd give you real amounts of ketchup.
Oh, man. At least they do what?
Give you real amounts of ketchup. You have to pay for every ketchup packet.
Where?
In France.
Interesting.
Anyways. But yes.
Yes, anyways.
Otherwise, we just have some unhappy news from England. Do you want some of that? Or do you want to leave on a happy note? We are at an hour 20.
Do you want to tell us the news and we'll do one more giveaway and then get the heck out of here?
Sure.
Don't we have another giveaway?
We do have another giveaway. We have.
Or are we doing that for afterwards?
We can do that for afterwards, depending on what you want to do. How do you feel?
Whatever you think. Whatever you think is best is what we're going to do.
A third prize, or we can do it.
Oh, the audio got all funny again. Okay. So are we going to hear about England?
Yes, we can hear about England.
Okay.
Sherry asks if I got cute jellies. No, I did not. I did not even know what you're talking about.
Cute jellies for what? I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I'll leave it up to you if you want to do another giveaway now or later. But yeah, I can talk about England.
Go for it. I'm listening.
Okay. Well, they are on the floor of Parliament. They are talking about the rape gang inquiries, which a lot of people have been covering up, and they are framing it They're framing it rapes for votes, which is basically what happened. That people did not want to address this because it would hurt their voting constituency. And in Rotterdam in particular, okay, so they stopped saying the like in about 2011, they stopped writing down the race of the suspects. But before that, it is approximately by population 1 in 16 Pakistani men in Rotterdam approximately were a suspect in a case in 2011, which is pretty significant.
Okay.
Okay. So that's been going on. There's been, again, a lot of talk, not a lot of stuff done. They are going forward with an inquiry, but Robert Lowe is privately funding an inquiry, again, as far as that goes, but still, they're trying to push that case forward specifically, which is, pretty good. At the same time, we had previously talked about assisted dying being okay in the UK, and as of today, their parliament has voted 379 in favor to 137 against abortion up to birth. And before, they were at the 24-week mark, and they were a little more free and easy than the rest of Europe. But yeah, that is now being sent to the House of Lords.
Okay.
So yeah, so there is not a constituent of the weak and helpless in England, whether you are sick, elderly, or an infant, or if you are a young girl being abused, that now gets your government's protection. So,
okay.
That's the news from England. So, anyways, just going on.
I just don't understand what's going on with England. It's really, really too bad. So I know people were saying we should give away right now, but I have to run. So okay. I'm sorry, friends. It got later than I realized. But don't forget to comment for your chance to win Chicken Lady Fiber Arts yarn. You can comment on this video once it's all done to be entered to win. You can use the code PIK Pot Pie for 20% off of your order of $50 or more. And thanks for joining us for our birthday party. Everybody that comments today will be eligible to win the Sparkle yarn. So definitely.
It is beautiful.
Yes. And thanks for joining us for our slightly impromptu birthday party. We will do it again. Not do it again. We're glad you joined us. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk to you guys soon, okay?
See you another day.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for everything.